Hello everyone, now that I finally have the sawmill unlocked, I think it is time to make some planks, get the flex breaker, and get ourselves into some new items to craft. While doing so, I do have a plan for this. So I'm thinking of making a lumberyard here, and have it be surrounded by a small fence. Well then, in that endeavor, I already ran into an issue. I cannot place this one. But I think that's fine, that was too big anyway. I cannot place this one at all, what the hell? I can place anything else, but not this one. But I can here. And this one doesn't want to snap properly to it. Ah, classic game. Ah, there we go. I think I got it to work. It is a bit too far out, though. Which means we have to manually do this one, and that's gonna be problematic, I think. Alright, well, it seems to work. Alright, there are gonna be some points where I would like to get a pillar up. Primarily in the corners. I don't want to have this place too big either. I think from here I'll already go inwards. And then let's snap this to that. But you have to duck a little to get under here. But that's fine. It is really annoying that I cannot place this tiny piece down, because it would work really nicely over here. Because the angles of this is just too big. Right, we have to manually place that in. Alright, with that we have a nice fenced off area. I would love to make the gates a bit thicker. And I think we have to do that with these square rocks. And then unlike the custom beams, we don't have anything for the top. But to get some color into the build, we could add something like that. Alright, interesting. So when I auto-snap these to go inside of the wall, it looked really cool, but it doesn't really work other than auto-snapping by the looks of it. And that doesn't have all the angles. Well, believe it or not, I'm managing to do it somehow. So the weird thing here is that it could technically go here, but it doesn't want to. And I don't know why. Alright, there we go. I managed to get that one. Alright, so it does technically work, even in all the angles I wanted. It is just a bit more work. Alright, with that, everything has a fence on it. So now we can actually start working on the interior side. I want to have a small wooden shack. I would like to get this foundation lower, though. Getting that done, though, is like such a pain. Can I be placed in midair? Can I get this again? Ooh, if I snap it to the wall itself, that actually works out so much better. Yeah, that's good. I like that height a lot more. After a bit of work, I figured out that these 1x1 pieces, the stone ones, they were a lot easier to snap to the bottom of this foundation than any of the other ones. And that's great. So now it has a little stone rim. We can have our stairs in place. And this is where the sawmill is going to be. Well then, I was exploring some of the islands because I got low on wood, which is kind of ironic when you're building a lumber mill. But look what I found. Ah, it's just an atlas. But that's a lot of wood. Alright, for the sawmill, I'm going to do a similar thing to what I did with the sewing table area. And that's to place a tent around it. And then, of course, we're also going to need a windmill. That can go all the way in the back. Does that clip through? Ooh, just doesn't. Or does it? It's kind of hard to see from down there. Nope, it's totally fine. Alright, so connect this up to our sawmill. There we go, we now have a sawmill that automatically works. Put a bit of wood in there. The winch suddenly slows down. Of course it would. There we go, our first plank. Can I make plank stockpiles? That is good, because I do want to have a couple stockpiles just laying about. Like a log one. I think we can have the planks just back here. It also costs a plank. But there we go. And the other device was the flex break that I wanted here. That's just going to be a couple planks. I'm going to reorientate the island a little bit, seeing as it looks like the wind has moved. Alright, well, none of our other windmills will work this way, but at least that one works. This one should work more often, I think, because I feel like the wind always comes from our back. And I think that's fine, because planks are going to be a lot more valuable than most of the other things that we're making. At the flex break, you know what, I'm just gonna put out here. And I will add a small connector piece just to make this look a little nicer. So let's see. Well, we can... What is this? Okay, just turns it back into those. With this, we get our first flax, or fiber, I guess. As always, let's also have a workbench around here. And extend the path, finally. So from our chicken coop, this goes right through here. Right out the other end, like so. And then maybe, you know, have it go around there for a bit. Now this gives a lot less space than I thought it would. Because my original idea, right, was to plant trees here. And I think while we could plant a couple, these are just mostly going to be aesthetic. But we'll have a main bulk of trees like out here for now. I guess ultimately I'm just going to have to raid other islands for wood. But up until we build something here, I'm just going to plant them right here. Now these trees, they drop saplings as well. They often land in the water and still grow there. So I suppose technically we always have wood, albeit not a lot. Alright, now that means it is time for some decorating. I'm surprised by how fast these trees are actually growing. Well, at least the early stages go pretty fast. Alright, I want to place a table down over there. I wish we could display tools. I think that would be really cool. Just so we can have some axes either lay on the table or hung up here. I do have to be kind of careful with how much wood I toss in there. Because while we're building, I don't actually have that much of it. Of course, because I keep using it. Alright, I don't think we can do much else here right now. This area is just very small. And I don't want to overcrowd it. However, there are still a couple small things we can do, I think, in between here. Add a fence there. We have some plants as well. Let's add a light out here as well. I'm really liking placing these beams down, and I'm putting this lantern on it. It is a little bit annoying because you can't really see what the middle is, but once you get it, it actually looks really nice. Something else we can use these beams for is to make a platform for these hanging plants. That works out really nice as well. Alright, that's this path done. Out here, I think I'm just gonna place down a couple bushes. There we go. I also got a bunch of fiber. I do kind of want to check out how this works. So let's head over to the loom. Because I imagine it has to do something with this, right? Not with the loom. We also cannot use it here. Where can we use the fiber then? Alright, there's another recipe we can make. A wood bucket. Okay, so we also need a bucket anyway if we want to milk goats later down the line. That's not really on my to-do list just yet. Alright, so this turns into linen thread. So this is what we're going to have to make. We just need 2 fiber. Let's make an absolute ton of it. And now I imagine we can go to the loom. I also like how it has a little shiny thing on it. When there is something new you can do here. Okay, that makes a lot of linen cloth. That's good. Let's not use up all of it. Because I'm not 100% sure if we need the actual thread for something. It doesn't seem like we do. We do need the wool for some stuff. Oh yeah, we do for this one. For hanging decorations. Okay, yeah, so they are useful. With that, though, we can technically make better sails. I'm gonna have to look at this, because a lot of the sails, they do actually have different attributes to them. This one, for example, is excellent wind intake, but it has low flexibility. This one is good overall attributes, whatever that means, but it is expensive. I don't know why it says that. It seems to be cheaper than the square sail, but okay. This one has a low intake, but high flexibility. Overall average. I think we're just gonna go for the square sails. Either that or maybe just the junk sails, but they don't sound good if they're junk. Honestly, you only kind of need them, I think, for wind intake. I'm not sure what the flexibility means. That might just mean that you can have better wind from more sides. Don't think I really actually have an issue with the way it is right now anyway. And we're using square sails. Let's make some wooden cogs, as well as wax rope. Alright, let's have that one as big as possible. Let's see how far we can get with the second one. Well, we can make it as big as we want as well. How fast is this? Alright, I set my course to a new quadrant. Nice, we got the wind nearly in our sails. See how fast we move on the map. That's decent speed though. And that's not even full speed. And with these linen silts, we should be able to reach the next biome, as they're heat resistant. Which means we should be able to go to this place now, and that is the last of the question marks. And also where a bunch of new stuff is, so that's what I want to explore next. What I also want to see is, can we craft this one yet? Oh, hell yeah, we can. Alright, let's craft that. And equip it. We get a new achievement. Mix and match. Funny enough, that is actually the only achievement this game has that was not locked. Meaning, it was the only one that you could see without, you know, opening spoiler mode, I suppose, on Steam. Right, so as you can see, if I look at the achievements, everything else is locked or hidden. If you click on global achievements, you can click on the achievement that is hidden and you can technically see what you have to do. At first, I wanted to challenge myself and was like, alright, we can only look at it after we get this achievement, because this was the only open achievement. And I imagine that has to do with Steam limitations, because otherwise this one would have probably been hidden as well. However, I've been getting some of them so randomly, it feels like. For example, use every maneuver to kill enemies. I wasn't really trying to get this. Well, I wasn't trying to get any of these achievements because I didn't know what was what. But I think I'll keep it a secret for a little while for myself, because I've been enjoying just doing something in the game and then getting the achievement for it, instead of trying to get it, if that makes sense. Alright, seems like we can also make the pants. That is good. We cannot hold the pants though. Where the heck was... Did we not have baskets out here? Yes. Let's put some of our old stuff in there then. Because these are items, like clothing items mostly, that we never use anyway. Alright, sweet. Now we have a full linen set. This will protect us against the heat. It'll also give me an extra or a hotbar slot. Ooh, it gives us 2. Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is a good setup for when we're on our home island. And then I think when we're on a random island, it'd be good to have all the seeds, the trees, the mushroom seeds. We can all have that on our inventory without shuffling our tools around. So that is really nice. I like that quite a lot. I've also now named most of the storage. I do quite like how you can read it when you just hover over them. Man, day by day our house is getting emptier and emptier. But our island is starting to look better and better. I know I'm looking at this spot because this is the only spot that doesn't have anything yet. Again, if you have any idea what we can place here, it has to be something rather small, because there does need to be a path. There's a gatehouse here, of course, and then the lumberyard. But let me know in the comments what you guys want to see over there. In the next episode, we're going over to the new biome, or the last biome, and check out what is over here at the final question mark. For now, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.